I finally managed to get my hands on something that I've wanted for a very long time. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to go over something I've had my eyes on since the 90s, watching movies like Die Hard, things like that. And while it's not exactly an HK, it's the closest you can get before this year. Now that HK actually brought out their SP5. What we have to show today is the PTR 9CT, which is also their MP5 clone. So let's go ahead, dive in, show you what I think about it, and we'll get all the goodies. Alright, so first things first, we're going to do like we always do and show you what comes inside the box. Now, as you probably already know, the box that you get with this is quite the box. I think it's a Pelican case. So let's make some room. Let's see if this will actually fit on my desk. I don't know if it will. There we go. As you can see, you get this ginormous box that fits the case very well. Nice handle. There's all the information on it. Alright, so when you pop it open, you have these two dual locking latches on either side here. Pop those open. You have your egg carton packing on top, and then you have nice padding here with a cutout for the firearm. You also get two of these magazines. They're 30 round mags piece. They are polymer on top. Yeah, looks like polymer. No steel reinforcement on top. As you see, I have used these. There you go, for MP5. These would come right in this slots here. You get your trigger lock. You get a sling. This is all included in the purchase. It is a single point sling. As you can see, I don't really use it. I should, but I don't. I'll find a use for it eventually. You also get this sight tool, screwdriver, and this will adjust the rear sight. You also get paperwork, so let's see if I can get it out of here. You do get a nice owner's manual. As you can see, you have nice illustrations, some color, good owner's manual overall. But you're not here to look at the box and stuff so much. You want to see the gun more. One criticism I will say about the box. It's cut out perfectly for the pistol as is. If you add a sight, if you add an angled foregrip, if you add a pistol brace on the back, you can no longer use this case unless you cut up this foam, and the foam is cut in a way to where you cut it up here, you're going to get into this area to where the sight would be, so that's going to open up and it's not going to be as protective. There's not much room back here to cut for any sort of brace. You can cut plenty for any sort of angled foregrip, something like that up here, so that's not a problem. But I would have to cut back here and actually remove the brace every time I put this in the box. So there's got to be a better way of doing that, I would imagine. Which I'm sure there is. It looks like this foam padding does come up. I don't think it's supposed to. I'm kind of pulling it up here. Looks like there's a bead of glue on there I just ripped up. That's okay. Maybe it'll work out better if I pull that up. Anyways, moving away from the box. As you can see, I have a little bit of a criticism on that. Ooh. Alright. So, back to the firearm. That is just gorgeous, isn't it? If you can't tell, I'm a huge fan of anything HK, or even, in this case, clones of HK. This does have, it is all steel, so this does have a good amount of weight to it. I believe it's about a little over 5 pounds. Not too bad considering. But there's definitely a lot to it. So let's go over all the features. Let me scoot up here. I'll try not to beat up the camera this time. Alright, so we're going to start on here. You have the safe fire. It is only on one side, but you can switch it over if you need to. Well, I'm sorry, no you can't. You can buy a new lower if you need to. You can, if you have an NFA approved full auto trigger group, you can put it in here. This can be a host for a full auto trigger. Or bolt sear, I'm sorry. Sorry, it's late at night and I'm trying to make words and they don't make so good. You do have the paddle mag release in the back here. You also have the button on the side if you want to use it that way. I prefer the paddle. It just feels more natural. So when you have a mag in, it just pops right out. As you can see, there's nothing in there. Nothing in there. We are safe, so no one has to worry. This is 9mm. You do have M-lock up front. As you can see, I've placed an angled foregrip up here. Nice and secure. Fits very well, and it gives a hand stop so your hand doesn't go into the no-go zone up here. I believe this is an aluminum foregrip. It is metal. You do have the HK cocking mechanism, or if you hit it, it does cock it that way. The trigger, let's go into that. See, there's not much to that trigger. Do it again. There's very little take up. Brake. Let's see with the reset. See, that's a pretty good trigger. There's almost no reset. I like that. I've always been a fan of HK for that. We'll get into the sights up here. You see the welds are not bad. They're pretty well done. You have the rear drum sight, like most HK roller locks, with all the different settings. As you can see, I just slapped on a red dot here, which, surprisingly enough, works pretty good. I like the Monstrum scopes. This Monstrum red dot it's worth the 30 bucks I paid for it. It held zero very well at the range. As you can see here, you have an enclosed front sight. It is adjustable for elevation, is it? Nope, that's a lie. It is not. I'm so used to AKs. That is not. That is just a post. The rear does have adjustment screws in it. But yeah, that was my mistake. The front is not. Alright, moving on from that, you do have a tri-lug barrel on here. So if your suppressor has a tri-lug adapter, pop it right on, good to go. You do have a threaded barrel, 1/2x28. Comes with the protector as well. And the protector does not roll off like some of them do. That does stay on there pretty good. As you can see, I got the retractable brace for it. So you just, this little knob right here, you're going to push it to the right, I'm sorry, to the left, go all the way down. Now when you're doing that, just watch these tracks and where your hands are so your hands don't get bit. You want to pull it out. Notice you can't until grab, pull, and there are several positions. So you have closed, and then you have a position in the middle. This is fully extended. If you just yank it like I do, you're going to go straight to fully extended and past that spot. I kind of like that anyways. There we go. That's halfway. That's fully extended, and if you wanted to, you can remove it altogether. Make it look like a regular pistol again. As you see, there's the tracks. You can line those up, push that over, and you can get it right back in. Just like that. Alright, so let's flip her over. We'll show you the other side. There's the aluminum rail there. It's easy enough to take out. All you need to do to remove that rail is just remove the bolt. Easy enough. Alright. There you go. PTR Industries, A, North South Carolina. See, I got hair all over it. We do have puppies here. They do get their hair on everything. So you can see everything works. Show you what it looks like with the bolt open. You can kind of see inside there. This is very dirty. I put a lot of rounds through this at the range. So it gives you an idea there. So, as you can see with the magazines, just give it a good smack in, good to go. If you baby that magazine in, it doesn't go in all the way. Well, I'm just so used to doing it now. But if you just kind of half-heartedly, it'll go right back out. Give it a good secure smack. Don't smack your camera, smack that. You're good to go. Show you the plastic mags, same thing. Okay, go right in, smack them, secure. If you don't give them a little smack, it's going to look like it's secure, but it comes right back out. Give them a good smack, you're in there good, secure, easy peasy. Thought I saw a crack on that magazine, but I guess it's just how it's folded together. That's why I don't like the plastic mags too much in certain things. Now on these metal mags, these are the KCI Generation 2 MP5 magazines. I think they're about 30 bucks online. I've heard people say these aren't very good. I did not have any issues with these in the range. I think actually the only one I had an issue with was the plastic mag. It didn't want to feed the final the final shell or bullet, I'm sorry, in the magazine. The bolt would go home, but it wouldn't actually pick it up out of the mag. Metal ones fed fine though, so maybe I got lucky. Maybe this new generation of magazines is pretty good. We'll see. But I do have some shooting footage that I recorded for you. We'll go ahead and put that in here so you kind of see how it works. This thing shoots like a dream. I brought it over for a bunch of friends to shoot it. I believe I have footage of with the brace and without a brace, so we'll show it both ways. But I had a group of friends that I shot this with, and every single person absolutely loves shooting this. It's so smooth, it's accurate, it's a blast to shoot. So let's go ahead and cut to that now. Okay, so now comes the dirty time. We're going to show disassembly. So first thing, always make sure mag is out of it. Make sure no rounds in that chamber, so you're good there. Alright, now no matter what you have, whether it's this brace, another brace, or just the end cap that comes with it, which I do have the end cap in my safe, it's just this piece without anything on it. I believe there's a spot for that single point sling, but that's it. Alright, back on track. This is a spot for a swivel to put a sling on here. A little QD mount, I think it's called. Alright, so on the firearm, to disassemble, you're going to push this out. It is very tough to push, because it's brand new. Let me see if I can do it with the magazine. There we go. You're going to grab it from the other side and pull it out if your fingers will let you, which mine are not right now. Come on, you. Doesn't help us. Hurt my wrist not too long ago, so makes everything difficult. I know an easy fix for that. As you can see, it's extremely tight, but that's a good thing. Make sure it's not going anywhere. There we go. Put that off to the side. There are some braces that do have a spot you just plug this back in. You don't have to worry about losing it. Alright, once that is off, or out I should say, you can wiggle this guy off. Everything is very tight with this gun. Actually, let's do this. Let's pull the actual brace portion out. Okay, so it boiled down to I had to actually take a rubber mallet to knock this thing off of here because it is so tight. As you can see, it was really tight on there. But after shooting several hundred rounds, the buffer looks great. Alright, so to get the guts out, first off, now that that's off on there, you can actually lower this lower down, as you see, it comes right off. You can replace that entire thing if you need to. You look up inside and see everything. You're going to grab it by the charging handle, pull that charging handle back, and you'll see here all your goodies slide right out. That's it. There's nothing else you have to worry about in there. Let's take a look down inside. There we go. So everything looks in there. As you see, it is dirty. I do need to clean this thing. And here you have recoil spring, guide rod, and the bolt assembly. There you got your rollers. You can see just how dirty this thing is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut again, clean this up, and we'll come right back. Okay, now that we have everything fairly wiped off and cleaned up, as you can see, here I'm throwing stuff. It was incredibly dirty. So after 200 to 300 rounds, I believe, of 9mm. We went through quite a bit that day. But, so put this back together. You're just going to reverse all the steps I showed you earlier. Now you think this part would be really heavy. This is actually really light. All the weight mostly comes in this. This actually seems to weigh more than this piece does. I could be wrong, right left-handed, but you know, as you see here, see how nice and shiny that is now? And all I do is wipe it off with a rag. And I just use Rem oil. That's all you really need to clean up your guns. And a good bore snake. I would definitely suggest that. Alright, so you're going to take this, you're going to line it up in the track, drop it right in. That's it, it just falls right in. As you can see, functionality whenever you so you know it's in there, you know it's good. You're going to take your lower, you're going to put it right back on. Show you that again. See how there's that little notch in there? Fits right up with that. So that keeps the front on, so you don't need a front pin. And then with the back, you'll see there, that's where the pin will go through. Now let's see if I can get this sucker on. So it's such a bear to take off. Alright, we're going to have to do this off camera. Oh, there we go. That went on relatively easily. Alright, give it a good few smacks. That's the first time I've ever removed this ever since I first installed it, so I'm probably going to have to deal with that a few more times. You're going to put your pin back in. You can put it in through any side, I don't think it really matters. But if I remember correctly, it went through on this side, so I like to keep things how they were. Easy way to put that pin in, as you can see there's that little notch right there, is I like to put the notch in first, or I'm sorry, put the notch in first, roll it into it, like that. So let's show that again. Put the notch in first, roll into it, push it down, good to go. Back to that not going anywhere. Oh, it actually pops through easily now. Nice. Not like before where I had to smack it. Alright. Then, take this piece, put it back on, line it up in the tracks, and good to go. And again, just make sure, and I remind you of it because I poked myself with it just now. Every time you do that, every time you're going to do that with the brace, and you pull that in, don't put your finger here. Watch. Oh, now that part's going to be difficult for me tonight. See how that moves forward? Fingers there, you're going to bite it. And that's on both sides, so just be careful. Sorry, didn't like that fuzz being there. After that, Mr. Mag. Whew. Mag's dirty too. That's all I really do to keep things clean. Just give it a nice coat of rim oil on all sides. Wipe your face off with it afterwards, you know. Get some rim oil on your beard. There you go. And you have a nice, solid MP5. Check for function. Function still works. So that's what we're looking for. But that is everything I have to show you on it. This is an amazing firearm. Yeah, it's expensive. I'll give you that. Prices are probably going to drop now that the that HK released the SP5. Basically an HK MP5 with a different name on it that's not full auto. You want something that's truly official? Yeah, get the actual HK one. Other than that, they make these on HK tools, on HK machines. PTR is, in my opinion, the next best thing to HK. I don't like that POF. All their welding marks are real cheap. You can see right up front here how it's a nice weld and it's even. A lot of POFs that I've seen, that welding looks absolutely horrible. It's not even there. You catch my drift. Zenith is pretty good. They're pretty, but not POF. But I like PTR. It is in America. I like to support American made whenever I can, even though I tend to like things made overseas, so go figure. I'm a hypocrite. But that is all I have for you today. Have any of y'all out there had these? Have you had any problems with them? Because honestly, I love this thing. I'm absolutely in love with it. So if you've had any issues, let me know down in the comment section. Let me know how you fixed it. And do you have any good experiences too? Let me know. Do you have yours? Do you like it? Did you get the short K version? I kind of considered getting one of those, but I wanted the full MP5 experience. Still too bad that you have to SBR it if you want an actual MP5 buttstock, but oh well. It was also a hard choice. You can get that full wide rail, hkparts.net. You have the official wide rail for the MP5 instead of this aluminum one, but this one does grow on you after a while, so expect that to happen, because I didn't like it at first, but I do like it now. You get all the parts and pieces that you need on that website too, but I love it. This is not going anywhere. This is staying in the collection for a long time to come. And I'm going to keep trying out new mags. I do want to try the drum that they have for these. I heard good and bad. I'm willing to try it. If it's a piece of crap, I'll move it on to somebody that actually wants to tool around with it and play with it. I don't have time for that. But yeah, I love it. I've said it like 5 times. I'll say it a 6th time. I love it. But yeah, let me know in the comment sections. Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you hate me? Do you like my videos? Do you have any more suggestions? Because we've got a few more things we want to look at. And a couple more things I've bought that I want to show off to you and let you know what I think. I'm trying to save you money, and I'm trying to get you to spend money at the same time. So go figure. But I hope wherever everyone out there is, that you have a great day, a great night, wherever you are. And we will talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.